From being pretty much a nobody to becoming Catherine, the Princess of Wales, the heir apparent to the British throne, making her likely the next Queen Consort. And not to mention, stealing the show at King Charles' recent coronation. I mean, did you see her? She looked like an actual princess. I mean, literally, take a look at her. She looks like she's straight out a fairy tale. Like when you picture a princess, that is what you picture. No one was there, no one was watching it for King Charles. It was all about Kate Middleton. But how did she get to this point? Where was she before all of this? Well, I'm about to tell you because this is Kate Middleton and how she became famous, how she became the heir apparent to the British throne. For this, we got to go way back to her early life. Born Catherine Elizabeth Middleton, the 9th of January 1982. Catherine grew up in Bucklebury, which is in Berkshire. She went to St Andrew's School, and she is the eldest of 3 children, one of which is her sister Pippa Middleton, who stole the show at Kate's own royal wedding with what was, the newspapers were saying, her perfectly peachy posterior. She had a nice butt, and everyone was looking at her butt. It was a thing. It was a big thing. Took up all the newspaper space. It was front page news. Pippa Middleton and her butt. Her mother founded Party Pieces, which is a privately held mail order company that sells party supplies and decorations with an estimated value of 30 million. By the early 20th century, the Middleton family had married into the British aristocracy, which they benefited from greatly in terms of financial wealth. They had trust funds that were established way over a century ago. But from her mother's side, her mother's family, they are descendants from coal miners, and they have been described as the working class. But like I said, her mother set up a business worth millions, so she always came from money. She wasn't by any means working class herself. Her mother's family was, her dad's family wasn't. That makes her not working class, right? After school, she went to Marlborough College. She shone a talent in sports and was captain of the women's field hockey team. Despite being offered a seat at the University of Edinburgh after she left college, she took a gap year, studying at the British Institute of Florence in Italy and travelling to Chile to participate in the Rally International programme, which is a youth expedition organisation based here in the UK. They work in remote, rural areas to improve access to safe water and sanitation. They will build community resilience and sustainably manage natural resources, not to mention to protect the environment. After her gap year, she enrolled in St Andrews University, which is way up in Scotland, studying art history, which is where she first met Prince William. That's way back in 2001. She reportedly first caught William's eye at a charity fashion show at the university in 2002 when she appeared on stage wearing a see-through lace dress. The couple began officially dating in 2003. In 2004, the couple briefly split, but continued their relationship soon afterwards. They would also split for a short time again in 2007, but obviously that wasn't long lasting either, and they got back together once again. In November 2006, she graduated university, and Kate commenced part-time work for 12 months as an accessory buyer with the clothing chain Jigsaw. In 2007, she curated a photography exhibition to mark the book launch of Time to Reflect by Alistair Morrison. It was all to raise funds for UNICEF. Then in 2008, she organised an 80s-themed roller disco fundraiser, which raised £100,000 split between different charities. So even then, she was very charitable, and she's shown interest in certain aspects, certain things like party planning, which she obviously took from her mother's side, and she also had a theme going on about photography. She's a keen photographer, so this would prop up time and time again. Here's some of the photos she took. I mean, she's a brilliant photographer. Prior to her marriage, Kate Middleton lived in an apartment owned by her parents in Chelsea. That's in London. If you don't know, she lived there alongside her sister, and that was estimated to be worth around 1 to 1.4 million. So like I said, wealthy. She comes from money. In 2018, Kate's total net worth was estimated at around 5 to 7.3 million, the majority of which from her parents' company which she was working for. And then we move on to the chapter of Kate Middleton becoming a royal. So Kate and Prince William became engaged in October 2010. They got engaged in Kenya during a 10-day trip to celebrate William passing their RAF helicopter search and rescue course. The couple got married in Westminster Abbey on the 29th of April 2001. Her wedding dress was designed by Sarah Burton at Alexander McQueen. And upon that day, upon her marriage, Catherine assumed the title of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge. But like I said, this was largely overshadowed by her sister's bottom. What can you do, eh? When siblings outshine you. I guess it's karma because she would later go on to outshine everyone in the royal family. The couple had 3 children together, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, who are always outshining everyone as well at their own royal engagements. They are 2nd, 3rd and 4th, respectively in line of succession to the British throne. Catherine holds patronage with over 20 charities and military organisations, including Action for Children, Sports Aid and the National Portrait Gallery. See, we're going back to that photography. Interesting fact, this is something that I just found researching and I couldn't fit in anywhere in the story, but she used to love partying at Kensington nightclub called Bouge, where she enjoyed a cocktail called the Crack Baby. The Crack Baby cocktail, I believe it's a mixture of like passion fruit and vodka, almost like, a porn star martini type of drink. Couldn't fit that in the story, just found it was very interesting. Nowadays, I believe she likes a glass of the old red wine. But that is Kate Middleton before she was famous. She lived quite the life. To sum it up, quite basically, her mother didn't come from money, made a name for herself in the party supply business. Her father, very wealthy. Throughout that, she ended up having money. She ended up being in the situations where she would meet the royals. But I believe she was quite laid back as a person. She used to love partying a lot. She used to love going out. You can see all these photos that I've shown throughout this of her time before her being a royal, which is crazy to think like that is the next queen. Well, queen consort, but still the queen. She's going to engagement looking all elegant and decadent in dresses like this and being basically the perfect image of a princess, yet before all that, she was looking like this, and I just find it brilliant. That is why, also, Kate Middleton happens to be my favourite of the royals, and I think the trouble today is getting younger people to be on the side of the monarchy. The monarchy are having a very hard time. It's only really older people who like it. Everyone younger just thinks it's a waste of our own money, it's a waste of resources, and they don't really do anything for the country. Younger people want to abolish the monarchy. Younger people don't appreciate or like the monarchy. And having King Charles on the throne doesn't really help that. Not that I have a problem with it, but a lot of people are saying it doesn't really help having this super old white man on the throne. But shed some light on people like Kate Middleton, who likes to go out, have a drink, let down a hair. You might just get some younger people intrigued in the monarchy, is all I'm saying. But there we go. Another day, another before they were famous. Until the next video, it's been a pleasure and goodbye.